So I have one bun that's way more willing to play than the other one. It's kind of bothering me. Hey guys, it's Stephanie, and today I wanted to make a video about my dorm makeup storage tips, adventures, setup, I don't know. I'm about to move out of my dorm and I don't think I'm gonna live in one next year, so I feel like this was my last opportunity to talk about, you know, what I did, how I did it, why I did it, all that jazz. So in case you weren't aware, I do live in an apartment style dorm, so I do have a private room, but it is not huge. It doesn't really affect the storage techniques, you know? So did want to mention that though. So I'm gonna get you guys off the tripod and let's get started. So this is the background that you guys see. And just, you know, do a nice turnaround and bam, this is what I look at. Also, note the Cheez-Its. I was hungry. So I keep my makeup in two main areas. I keep it in the top desk drawer. This looks creepy. And I also keep it in this 10 drawer organizer. So let's get started. The desk does, of course, come with my dorm, you know, as one does. And I like to use the top drawer for my makeup that I use every day, so let's dig in. Okay, or not. One thing that I did want to mention that does kind of affect my storage is that this drawer is very deep, so I am able to sit things standing up, like my setting sprays and like my cup of eyeliners and stuff. But of course, if you can't do that, you can always just lay them on the side. So starting in the back, I just have this little cloth box. It's just holding a washcloth, that's what that's called, and that's basically what I use just to like clean off my makeup brushes day to day, stuff like that. This came from IKEA and it came with, I think, one of these and two of these. These are the smaller ones. And then over here, I just have like junk, like unopened makeup products and packaging and this funny sponge. Great. Moving on, both of these came from the dollar store in a pack of 2. So you can see I have the 2 clear ones and then I have the 2 wire basket ones. I'm sorry, this is really hard to film. This one contains an array of eye products, eye primers, my base eyeshadow that I use every day, mascaras, a brow product, stuff like that, a sharpener. Over here we have the fun eye stuff that I use regularly, so I have a lot of my colored eyeliners, my Jeffree Star lipstick that I use as eyeliner, and then I also have an Ofra eyeshadow and my Naked Basics palette that I use a lot. I've got my beauty blender, which has a giant chunk ripped out of it. I'm not happy about it. I feel like these things are super temperamental, and also I know I just called it a beauty blender and it's not one, so sorry. And then I just have a few random products, some lotion, some lip stuff, some moisturizer, and a bottle of 50% alcohol, you know, just in case I need it. We'll go over here next. Now I have a cup, you guessed it, also from the dollar store. Dollar Tree is like my favorite place ever. But in here I keep all of my like pencil shaped products, so I keep lip liners, eyeliners, lip colors that are in kind of like a pencil form, my brow pencil, everything that is pencil-like. It goes in here. Next I have that smaller IKEA organizer, and this just has my 3 setting sprays, and then it also has a tiny eye makeup remover just in case, you know, get a little crazy. And then this last container, which is also from Dollar Tree. This is my like frequently used lashes, so I have a few pairs of lashes that I use a lot, and then I of course have my lash curler, glue, tweezers, all that jazz. Now we're gonna go all the way over here. But I just have any of the face products that I use on a daily or regular basis. And moving on to my face powders. So in here I've got my contouring, highlighting, and blush shades, as well as my normal face powder. But I just keep any highlighters, blushes, or contour bronzers, I don't use bronzer, contour shades that I use on a regular basis. They all hang out in this drawer together, and I like to keep things, although they're not like that right now really, I like to keep things kind of stacked so that I can actually see them and then, you know, whoop, grab them easily. And then last in this drawer is my ice tray full of lipsticks. So yes, this is an ice tray, and I recommend you pick one up if you need to store your lipsticks. This is going to be too deep to fit in the other organizer that I use that I'll show you guys, but I keep all of my regularly used lipsticks, so, you know, chapsticks, and then I kind of try to organize them by brand, but it has kind of gotten a little crazy. We're gonna move on to my other organizer. Hi. So this is my 10 drawer organizer that I keep the majority of my makeup in. I don't remember where exactly I got this. I got it off the internet, but I will find it and link it down below. I know that they make one that has the black drawers like this, and they also have one that has colorful drawers, which is a lot easier to find, but you know, I did some digging so I could get myself the black drawer one. This does have some pros and cons. Pros, it's compact and it stores a lot. Cons, it doesn't like to stay steady. You can see it likes to shake, but it's never fallen over. It does have wheels on the bottom, although they are detachable. We'll get there. Also, I'll show you with some of the bottom drawers. The drawers don't like to stay in place, really. They like to play me. But yeah, so it has 10 drawers. You can see it's just a little bit taller than my desk. So it's not too tall, not too large. It's just, you know, what is that, like 12, 15, 16 inches? I don't know. I'm really bad at estimating, but compared to my arm. On the top, I just keep my brush cup so you can see all my nice, freshly cleaned makeup brushes. And then I also have my mirror and a little friend. Her name is Nutmeg. And moving on to my first drawer, it's actually not makeup, guys. It's my jewelry. It's a little disorganized, you know, but I know where everything is. That's what's important. If you don't have a ton of makeup or you just have a bunch of empty drawers, you can use this to store, you know, medicine, jewelry, hair accessories, hair products, all that fun stuff. So moving on to the second drawer, this is where I keep my neutral or mostly neutral eyeshadow palette. So I'm just going to take her out so you can kind of see the size. So in here I have my Gwen Stefani, Too Faced, Anastasia, and my 3 neutral Morphe palettes. And these drawers are pretty big for storing makeup, and they are actually pretty deep too. They're not super deep, but they're definitely deep enough to store a significant amount of makeup in each drawer. So yep, this is my neutral drawer. Alright, so I went ahead and turned on my light, and it's, you know, it's not a great filming light, but you couldn't really see anything in this side, so we're gonna live with it. This is my colorful eyeshadow drawer. So, you know, I've got all my rainbow eyeshadows in here, and they live happily ever after. This is where the drawers become a little less organized. So in this drawer I have, this is basically just extra products, extra eyeliners, brushes, products that I just really don't use but haven't taken home. This is not a box, this is a lid to a box, but I have a bunch of lashes in there, you know, waiting to be placed on my eyeballs. And then I have my Lorac palette as well as my 3 Naked palettes here. And then in the very back, I'm not going to pull her all the way out, but that's just extra foundation, some that are too dark, some that I just kind of stopped using. This is again from the dollar store, just like one of those pencil organizers. Next up, woo, do you see how it's kind of wobbly and it kind of feels like it wants to go off the hinges? This is kind of like my face drawer, my extra face drawer. So I have my 10 blush palette, my concealer palette. I don't really touch this very much, so it's mostly for freelancing, although I don't freelance very often. And then I have my drawers with any extra highlights, bronzers, blushes, face powders. In the next drawer I have 2 more organizers. This one features all of my rainbow lipsticks. Yes, I did purchase some Lime Crime lipsticks at one point. I'm clearly not going to throw them away just because they're a crappy brand, because that was a lot of money that went into these lipsticks. Okay, this has been organized before and it just ends up looking like this. This is the reality. So this is just a drawer full of products that I don't reach for as often, and then I just have a bunch of single eyeshadows, ColourPop, you know, things that came in my Ipsy bags, like some glitter. But you guys don't really need to see much into this. This is just a drawer full of like special effects stuff. Now we're getting to the bottom. Next is kind of just miscellaneous stuff. So I have the stuff that I use to clean my brushes, and then I have an extra ice cube tray and a mirror for travel back there. This one just features some makeup bags. Not anything exciting, but they're there. Then the last drawer is empty. I'm not even gonna try to pull it out because you might be able to tell it's broken on this side. And yeah, that's it. There you can see the wheels. 2 of them do have the little locking mechanism. And that's this organizer, my friends. And I just wanted to go ahead and address it because I know you're probably thinking it. I have a ton of makeup here at school with me. You know, I have a million eyeshadow palettes, I have so many lipsticks, and it's because I make YouTube videos. And also because I'm kind of a makeup hoarder. You know, I make videos with all sorts of different palettes, so therefore I have to have a ton of different palettes on hand. So I realize that the average consumer probably doesn't have as much makeup as me, so if you are looking for something that is more suited towards that, you can always alter this. If you have enough makeup to fit in one drawer, put it in one drawer and then just use the like dollar store dividers to kind of section it out. If you need something a little bit bigger or you think this would be helpful, like I said, to store your makeup, medicine, hair stuff, jewelry, all sorts of different products can go in this. Last year I did something a little different. I was in the same dorm, but I did have my 10 drawer cart out in the bathroom, and it stored more toiletries and stuff like that than it did makeup. And then I also had an acrylic organizer that sat on top of my desk. I'll try to insert a picture if I can find one or one similar to it. And I liked this. I just honestly didn't really like having my makeup sitting out on display. And then plus this year I got my big iMac, didn't have that last year, so didn't really have a room for an acrylic organizer. So I kind of, you know, did some adjusting, shifted it around, and I actually really like this setup. So I wanted to share it with you guys. That's all I have to say. If you're in a dorm or a smaller space like this and you have different organizing techniques, please let me know, because like I said, I will be moving into an actual apartment next year, so I'm not gonna have a desk with drawers available for makeup storage, so I'm gonna have to figure out if I can fit this all in there or like what's gonna happen for that. And if you have any suggestions of videos you want me to make or anything, please let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. There's a link to do so on the screen, as well as links to all my social media accounts, and that information is also in the description bar. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.